It's just a brief introduction to what you're doing this week. So, first thing is, does anybody recognize what this is? Well, the question we're trying to find out from this week is why we need air. So, things that you should be able to do by the end of this week are state that we're all made of cells and that these cells take in oxygen, sugar, and release carbon dioxide and water. You should be able to label a diagram of the lungs with all the different bits of the lungs, and you should also be able to say that energy is released from the food we eat in the process called respiration, and how oxygen gets into our lungs and carbon dioxide gets out. So what are these? Well, of course, you know, because you've done this already, is that they're all different types of cells. So you know that the body are made of different types of specialized cells, and they all need energy. But what's the energy for? Well, we've got to use the energy for lots of different things. Main thing is to keep us warm and to help us move, and it's how our body actually functions. So we use glucose, which is a sugar. That's the chemical formula. The good news is you don't need to know the chemical formula. And we also take oxygen in from the air. So the glucose, the sugar from the food, and the oxygen, put them together, it gives out, hence the green arrow, carbon dioxide gas, a little bit of water, and this energy. ATP is something that you'll find out about when you go on and study biology further at the school. So we take in oxygen and we give out carbon dioxide and water to give us that energy. So you can see that, and you're going to be copying this into your notes there, that sugar goes in, oxygen goes in, carbon dioxide comes out, water comes out, and a little bit of energy is used up by the cell. To get the oxygen out into the blood, we've got to get air into the lungs, because it's lungs where that happens. So you breathe in through your mouth up here, which isn't shown, and you go down through the trachea or the windpipe, and then you've got two different bronchi. One of them is called a bronchus. So the bronchus is a thicker tube which leads into narrower tubes called bronchioles, and then at the end there are these tiny little bubbles of tissue, which is where the actual gas exchange takes place. They're often called air sacs as well as alveoli. And your heart is right in the middle there. Your heart is used just to pump blood around your body. It's not used directly in breathing, but it certainly needs the oxygen that you get from your lungs. Part of the breathing process involves this big muscle at the bottom of the lungs here, the diaphragm, and also your ribs and your rib muscles. So all of that is used in breathing. Seeing that again, just in a bit more close up here, because you'll need this later on. So you're going to be asked to take some notes. You're going to be asked to do a short experiment that involves changing your breathing rate, and you're going to be watching a couple of videos. That's just to go through some of the key words. So you've got trachea, bronchus, bronchiole, alveoli, diaphragm.